All right. Um, Starting the vlog here. It's 9:01. I traded this morning already, and I'll go over that later, and I'll also go over my longest losing streak ever, which was this week, and there'll be some gems in there for you guys and a lot to learn, because I learned a lot about myself. So I'm about to go to the gym. I'm outside in the parking lot, and I got this mic for my phone, but the sound quality is horrible. So, and I don't even know if I'm gonna record inside the gym, but I'm starving. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna just work out. You guys already saw me work out, and it's chest and back day again. So I already showed you guys what I do on that day, and I think I'm gonna just work out, and then I'll think about what to talk about later, because there's a lot to be talked about and a lot to learn. So without further ado, I'm gonna go get this workout in, and then I will come back. I'll start recording once I'm done working out, and then I have to wash my hair, and then I'll probably talk about what I learned from the losing streak after that, and just what I've been doing recently. So yeah, 10:10 now. I'm gonna go get some food, probably Chipotle. Still deciding. It's not really much options, but probably Chipotle. And then I'm gonna go home, shower, wash my hair, and then we could get into the trade today, and then we could talk about what happened this week. So I will pick up when I decide what I want to eat. All right, so I didn't realize like how I didn't like take in like how early it actually is. So it's only 10:15, and Chipotle doesn't open until 10:30, so it's 10 minutes away. So I might just go there and then wait, and then just be like their first customer or something. Hopefully they don't spit in my food. But as you guys can see, this Chipotle has a 2.5 rated star. And if you go to Chipotle, then you know that they like to ration their food like they're feeding kids in Africa, bro. Like, they do not they treat the food as if it's their own, bro. Like, they'll give me like some baby ass chicken, bro. I'm like, can you put a little bit more? Sometimes I ask, but sometimes it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of like that awkward situation where you don't want to come off as rude, but like, why are you barely giving me any chicken, bro? Like, I don't know. I feel like Chipotle employees are just miserable, and because they're miserable, they want to make other people miserable. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go to Chipotle, and hopefully they give me a lot of chicken. So we'll see. We are outside of Chipotle, but it is 10:28, so I'm gonna wait a little bit, get some games in, and then go grub. I just realized they have a post office here. I need to get my passport, so maybe I could do it here. I'm gonna go see. Yes, sir. This about made me cry, bro. Alright, just finished eating. As you might have seen, I had this little box with taco inside of it. I'm about to put you guys on if you eat at Chipotle. So what you want to do is order, it's called a Kids Build Your Own. and then you get the soft shell tortillas, and then you get the soft shell tortillas, and then you ask for an extra tortilla. And what that will do is that'll give you 3 tortillas total. And what you do is you just make your own tacos, and the total comes out to $6. Instead of buying 3 normal tacos and paying $12, you get 50% off for the same thing. The only problem is sometimes they don't give you a lot of chicken, which is why I was talking about earlier how sometimes they don't give you a lot of chicken, but most of the time they'll give you enough for 3 tacos. Yeah, it comes out to $6 instead of $12 for 3 tacos. And my old high school basketball teammate told me about that. So shout out to him. He's probably gonna go to the NBA. His name is Simitri Carr. He's probably gonna. He's not probably. He's gonna go to the NBA. So yeah, he put me onto that in high school, and I've just been. That's what I get every single time I go to Chipotle. But I just finished eating, and I'm going home right now to shower and to wash my hair. And then after I do that, I'll get into talking about my trading and this week. So, yeah.
Any fucking body that tells you anything apart from that, you unfollow, you fucking tell them to go fuck.
Alright. It is now the next day from the last clip. I ended up just not recording the end part. So I'm gonna do it now while I'm on this road trip. I'm going back to my hometown for Mother's Day, and yes, it's a couple hours. So figured why not just do it here because I have nothing else to do. So there we go. Alright, so let me start. Let me tell you guys how I had my longest losing period ever, my longest losing streak, and what happened, and what I learned about myself, and how I overcame it. So it all started off on the weekend, because last week I had my best week in terms of money wise. So it's kind of ironic how I go from my best week to my worst week. So last week, it was like the end of April and then the first week of May, and I ended the week up like $15,000 in profit that I could withdraw from prop firms, and that was just like a very special feeling because I made it's the first 3 days of May, and I've already made $15,000, and it's like, well, I have it figured out. Like I'm gonna get rich now. Like that's what was going through my mind, and that's where the problem started, because that's when I started to get greedy, and I got the euphoric feeling of like nothing can go wrong from now on. Everything's gonna go right. Everything's gonna go my way, and my life is complete. And that was the start of the downfall. So also I have these notes on my phone so I don't forget anything important. So another thing to note was that last week, in order to get that much profit within a week, I was over leveraging. Admittedly, I was over leveraging, and the trades did play out, which is why I was able to profit so much. But over leveraging, that was the bad habit that was formed, and by me winning those trades, it trained my mind to think that over leveraging is okay, and it is not okay, especially when you lose. So yeah, I just was going into this week thinking like I'm set, like I have it all figured out, and nothing can go wrong. And me over leveraging and me seeing that much money can be made within a few days. That really tricked my brain into thinking that like I could do this like every single day, and that's where it all went wrong. So beginning of the week, I looked at the economic calendar. Like Sunday, I looked at the economic calendar, and I saw that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all three of those days had no high impact news or medium impact news. They had no news at all. So what I said was, I'm not going to trade those days because they have no news. So I think that they're going to be low probability. And I like if you're in my Discord, you would have seen that. I literally said that. But the greed that I got from the profits from the week before, it transferred over into this week. And Monday, I had no alarm set for the AM session. I just slept and woke up whenever I woke up. And then as soon as I woke up, instant impulse to just hop on the charts and see if I could find anything. On Monday, which is a day I don't trade, and two, there's no high impact news. So there's two reasons right there why I shouldn't even be trading on a Monday. But that impulse that I got right when I woke up to just hop on the charts, I fell victim to it, and I ended up taking a trade. It lost, and then I took another one, and that loss was over leveraged. Why? Because the week before I was over leveraging, and my brain thought that over leveraging was okay. So me over leveraging and then taking a loss, that put so much emphasis on that single loss that my mind was not ready for that. Like my mind was not prepared to take that big of a loss. Um, well, not only that big of but a loss. First, in the first place, it's a loss. In the second place, a loss that big due to the over leveraging. So that first loss completely destroyed my mental, and right away I wanted to get it back. So I kept pushing until boom, one of my accounts gone. So half the profits I made from last week already gone the first day of the week, and that was a really bad way to start the week off. Um, and okay, there's traffic, and yeah. So Monday I already lost one of my funded accounts and half the profits that I made from the week before. So that was just a very big hit on my mental, and from that I didn't learn anything from that. Because I thought in my mind, okay, I still have another funded account. You know, it's just one account, and the trade didn't go in my favor. But I did, in the back of my mind, my conscience was telling me that you knew you weren't supposed to trade today. It's a no news day. It's a Monday, and you need to learn from this lesson. But sadly, I did not listen to my. I didn't listen to myself. I didn't listen to the analyst and the trader within me. I let the gambler take control and take the steering wheel. So I like ICT uses this analogy, and I think it's like the best representation of like what goes on inside your mind as a trader. So one second. He says that inside your mind there is the analyst, the trader, and the gambler. And the analyst is the one, reading price, doing all of the work inside the charts, where price should go, what it should do next, and when you should stay in and when you should stay out. The trader is the one pushing the buttons, uh, the one that is controlling the risk, controlling the amount of trade you take. That's the trader. And then there's the gambler. The gambler is the one that wants to get rich quick. The gambler is the one that that only sees the money, and the gambler is the one that wants to revenge trade, the one that wants to over leverage, the one that wants to get in a trade just because you're bored. That's the gambler. Um, and most of the time, the reason why people are unprofitable or people quit is because that gambler is in the driver's seat and they don't know how to. They don't have, well, either they don't realize it or they don't know how to overcome it. They don't know how to let the analyst or the trader be in control. So the analyst will be your consciousness. That's when let's say you're in a trade and it starts going against you, and then if you have experience, you'll start to see like, okay, this trade is going against me, and from what I'm seeing in price, I'm probably going to get stopped out. That is the analyst telling you that through your experience in the marketplace, you can see that price is going against you, and it will very likely stop you out. So then that's the analyst, that voice in the back of your head. So then the trader has the option to either get out or stay in. But yeah, that's just a whole other topic. I'm gonna get back on track here, but I really like that analogy he uses for the mindset of a trader. So applying it to me, the analyst in me was telling me like, it's Monday, no news, you should not trade today, and I let the gambler take control, and that's what caused me to blow my funded account. So moving on to Tuesday. Let's see. Tuesday, um, same thing. I woke up early in the morning and traded. Why? Because I wanted more money. That's why. There was no news at the beginning of the week. I said I'm not going to trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and what did I end up doing? Trading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Tuesday, I woke up um, eager to trade. Like I just wanted to. I was fiending to get inside of a trade, and that will be the gambler inside you. The impulse. I just felt the impulse to just get in the trade, um, even though I said I wouldn't, and yeah, I ended up taking another loss, and I traded at I traded at a time that I never do. Impulse again, just reacting to all my impulses because I was greedy. I wanted all the money that I can get, and I think that was my main struggle for this week. And I think it's all based off of what happened last week, what I explained earlier. So yeah, like I said, I was letting money influence my decisions, and there was low probability conditions, and I lost. I lost twice again, so now I lost more profits that I earned the week before. I still have one of my funded accounts in profit, but I lost some of the profits I had from the week before. So now I'm faced with the decision. Oh my god! To either to secure some profits, which I could have done from the very start to secure some profits, but now I'm really faced with it because I lost the profits and now I'm only left with some left. So I'm like, okay, I can either secure the profits or I can just keep trading. And what did I do? Keep trading. Why? Because I wanted more. I was greedy. I wanted that get rich quick overnight success feeling. but that's not how it works in trading. So the next day, Wednesday, even though I wasn't supposed to trade, the day started off really good. Actually, I took my first trade and it was a win. So it was a small win though, and it was a small win because Monday, Tuesday, I didn't win a single trade. So I was already mentally I was scarred, and I was hurt from the last 2 days. So when the trade was going in my favor, I took a premature partial just so that it can make me feel better. So that like I got something out of that, because the last 2 days I didn't get anything out of it. So I took a premature partial, and then my final TP ended up getting hit. But due to that premature partial, I wasn't satisfied with my P&L, because I wanted, again, like I wanted more. I wanted more money. And again, that's just the greed factor within me. So um, after that, let me see. After that, after I took that win, that small win, I wanted more. So I just kept pushing the button without even having like a main framework behind the trade ideas. I was just pushing the button, trying to get more. I was gambling, and once again, that gambler inside of me was he was in control. He was in the driver's seat, and the analyst was in the back of my mind telling me, "You're out of control. You're not right. You're not in the right mindset. Um, you should stop." That there's gonna. I'm telling you, when you are going on tilt, when you are going out of control, there's going to be a voice in your head telling you that like you know better, you know what you're doing is wrong, and you know that you're out of control. And it is up to you to decide whether or not you want to listen to that voice or not. And it's going to be very hard to listen to it, but if you do end up listening to that voice, you will save yourself from a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and a lot of mental scarring that'll that'll stunt your growth as a trader in the future. So yeah, Wednesday I kept pushing the button. Gamblers in the driver's seat kept pushing over and over again until I ultimately lost my other funded account. So Wednesday, boom, all my everything I earned from the week before, all gone, and now it just feels like I don't know. I just let me see what I wrote. Oh, it what I said that it was what happened Wednesday, me blowing my account. That was a domino effect of everything that happened this week, because it all started off from last week, really, when I was over leveraging and I made that big amount of profits. It all started off with that, over leveraging. So that was the first mistake. Two, trading when I know I'm not supposed to, being greedy, impulsive, reacting to those impulses. And then after that, me being scarred by the losses I took on Monday and Tuesday. Um, and those losses were because of what happened, what I just said. So it's like a domino effect. So over leveraging, greed, impulsiveness, and then taking a loss, and then being scarred by that loss because of over leveraging, and then me not being satisfied with my win because I was scarred and I took a partial and I was not satisfied, so then I wanted more. And that's just the domino effect of how things that you think don't affect you do affect you, and you have to be aware of that. Because like, let's say I wasn't aware of anything that happened last week. I just said to myself like, oh, it's whatever, like I'm just gonna go do it again. Like that's how the cycle continues. You have to learn from your mistakes and see what you did wrong and be accountable, because you, at the end of the day, everything is your fault. And whether or not you're in the markets or not, these markets are going to keep moving. These markets do not care about you at all. But it is up to you. At the end of the day, you are the one pushing the button, and everything is your fault. So you have to figure out what you did wrong and fix it, because that is the only way that you are going to be able to make a change and become successful in this industry, or really in any business, but especially this one. So after Wednesday, um, I got new accounts and restarted fresh everything. It sucked, but I had to do it because I had no more accounts left. So Thursday, new eval, and oh, I forgot to mention. So last week I passed a funded account, a different one, and they had to like process the information or something. So I didn't get that funded account until Thursday. So I mean, thank God, because I definitely would have blown that funded account if I had it earlier in the week. But thankfully they didn't let me access it until Thursday. So Thursday I had a new eval and that fresh funded account that I passed the week before. So Thursday, the first day with High Impact News, I was like, okay, finally a day with High Impact News. I can finally get back what I lost, and I ended up taking 3 losses and hitting my max daily drawdown. So the accounts weren't gone, just my max daily loss, which was half of the drawdown. So like the max drawdown is 10%, and I lost 5% of the account. So half the drawdown's gone, which means like basically half the account is gone. And the only reason that I hit that much drawdown was because I was over leveraging again. Um, and over leveraging, I feel like I said, was probably my biggest mistake and my biggest lesson learned out of this whole entire learning curve. And yeah, this after taking all those losses and hitting my max daily drawdown, that was when like everything like hit. Like it was like everything that all the emotions and the anger and the everything inside me from the beginning of the week up until then just all like hit me all at once, and it just felt horrible. And it felt like the world was like falling down on me, like my career as a trader was over. It felt so bad. And I had to sit with that feeling the whole day, just sitting with that feeling of being in drawdown and suffering the consequences of what happened earlier that week. And the whole day, I'm just replaying in my mind like the scenarios of what happened that week, and just kept like mentally torturing myself, basically just like replaying the scenarios and feeling the pain again, and just being like, why did I do that? If I didn't do that, I could be doing so much better right now. And basically just like mentally just torturing myself. And it's just it was a bad day. That's all I guess. That's the best way I can explain it. Like it's hard to explain it because it's all going on inside my head, and I can't really like put it into words, but it just feels like if you've ever like known you're supposed to do something but you don't do it, then like for example, like let's say like a fat person wants to go to the gym and they know they should go to the gym but they don't do it, and they don't do it, like, and that cycle continues. And that's why I think that like a lot of people who want to like change their lives but they don't do it, not even just like working out but like other things, and they don't do it. That's why people get so sad and depressed, because they know there's something that they should be doing but they're just not putting in the work to do it. And that cycle of um knowing you're supposed to make a change and knowing you're supposed to be doing something but not doing it, that just like causes you to like have a poor self-reflection of like you're just disappointed in yourself, and you're mad at yourself, you're angry at yourself. And I think that can lead to a lot of mental struggle. So and it's the same thing with trading too, because you at the end of the day, all you have to do is, once you have experience, all you have to do is follow your rules. And every time you break your rules, it's that same feeling every single time, that feeling of regret, that feeling of disappointment, that feeling of just being mad at yourself for doing it wrong, messing it up, and that's just a constant cycle of pain. That sole reason is the reason why people quit, because they can't deal with that amount of mental struggle and that amount of emotional pain um, that is ultimately caused, that it's self-caused. But and it sucks to see people give up because they're the one doing the damage. But some people don't realize it, and the people who do realize it, they just quit because they don't want to. They say they can't do it, and that at the end of the day, if you're gonna say that, then that's the best decision you can make, is to quit. But let me see where I'm going. Okay. Um, so yeah, Thursday, um, everything that built up throughout that whole week hit me all at once, and yeah. But thankfully, I still had an account to trade with because I only hit half the drawdown to blow the account. Thanks to the daily loss limit. If I didn't have that daily loss limit, who knows? The chances are I probably would have lost all my accounts that day again, and I don't know where I would be right now. But Friday, the next day, it's a very, very interesting day. Um, I learned something new about myself, and I experienced something that I've never experienced before. So Friday, I had this trade idea before anything. I had what I wanted to see in the market. I was like, I wanted to see this happen, and then this happened, and then it happened, and I was like, okay, this would be a good trade idea. And then all of a sudden, I start feeling this feeling inside me of like, but what if it goes against you like it did the rest of the week? And then all of a sudden, I'm just stuck watching the charts, and I'm not able to push the button. Like my body won't let me push the button, and price starts running in my favor. And then that was like a feeling that I've never felt before. The fear of entering, like I've never had that fear before, but because of what happened that this whole week, that was a new like thing for me, because um, that's four losing days in a row. 4 days where I was emotionally scarred, and that my longest losing period ever in my whole entire career, and that was what caused that feeling on Friday, and it was very interesting because I had never felt it before. And so after price moved in my direction after the first entry, it offered another entry, which was it was another fair value gap. It offered another entry chance, and I was like, okay, I'll get in here, but I want to see it come up a little bit more, because I didn't want to be in, like, I didn't want to suffer that much drawdown, because that's just what I was scarred with again from the last week. I mean, from the same week, what happened earlier in the week. I was so emotionally scarred and mentally scarred that I did not want to be in a lot of drawdown. But looking back at it now with a clear mind, my point of entry that I wanted was just not reasonable. Like, there's no reason price should return that high since I was bearish. There's no reason price should return that high if it's gonna drop lower, especially quickly. It's not gonna retrace that deep. But I wanted to see it retrace that deep so I wouldn't have to suffer that much drawdown, because I was scarred um, from losing trades and losing accounts. So finally, after I missed the second entry opportunity, it did not hit my target, what I was looking for yet, and it offered one more opportunity. And then I pushed the button, got in, and got the winning trade. So I got a small piece of the move. I could have got more if I wasn't scared, but I did end up taking another winning. I mean, not another. I ended up taking a winning trade, and that that really eased my mentality and um, my mental state from the whole week. It like like I was on fire, and then that wind like poured water all over my body. It like soothed me. It's like it told me that like everything is okay. Like I got some of the drawdown back. I'm still in drawdown, but I got some of it back, and it really showed me that like I don't have to do it in one day. Like I can take it slowly, step by step, day by day, and just build up just small increments. Like it doesn't have. I don't have to get like my whole entire weekly earnings in one day. Like I can do it day by day, and that's really what helped me realize that I just really need to take it slow, and I can't rush it. And the more that I rush it, the I'm just not I'm not gonna do it that way because I can't. I'm not gonna be able to maintain that amount of mental stress and all that just like by gambling, because at the end of that's gambling. If you're over leveraging and over trading, that's gambling. So that's not how I want my trading to be. That's not how you should want your trading to be. Your trading should not be stressful. It should be relaxing. It should be boring, and yeah. So that was a recap of last week, and there's a lot to be learned from that. Oh, there's traffic, and yeah. So what this week taught me about myself was number one, always listen to myself and always listen to my experience, because my experience will guide me to not make the same mistakes I made in the past and not repeat the pain that I have repeatedly went through. Because you once you gain the experience to know what you're doing, all you have to do is literally just follow your rules and listen to yourself. And I promise you, it's only a matter of time until you become profitable. Um, all it's so simple once you have the experience, but the hard part is controlling that human nature inside of you, and that's why so many people fail, because it's human nature to act impulsively. It's human nature to be greedy, to want more. It's just human nature, but you have to have the ability to and the discipline to control that, and not a lot of people have that. So another thing this week taught me was that over leveraging is or it was a big problem that I struggled with, also due to greed, and that is now being fixed. Like yesterday, Friday, I did a good job of following my rules, risking what I wanted to risk, and yeah, it felt overall really good, and it was something that I could genuinely be proud of because I followed my rules at the end of the day. That should be your goal every single day that you take a trade. It shouldn't be to make a certain amount of money or to have a certain amount of winning trades or to impress other people. Your priority during a trading day should be to follow your rules. At the end of the day, you should be able to ask yourself, did I follow my rules? And answer yes. At the end of the week, you should be able to ask yourself, did I follow my rules? And the answer should be yes. And that will set you on the right path to profitability. I'm losing my voice doing all this yapping, bro. um, Another thing this week taught me was that I can now accept losses, because Thursday, when I took those losses and I hit my max daily loss limit, but I still had the accounts, I had to sit through that entire day in drawdown. And that was one of the few days that I have actually like lost a trade and not blown an account and had to like actually sit through that entire day in drawdown. And that feeling, it doesn't feel good at first at all. Like you want to get out of that drawdown as soon as you can, but um, that's not going to do any good for you. And honestly, I had to like, even like at night during the same day, I still felt like the, like I didn't see, like I wasn't like proud of it. And it wasn't until the next day that I woke up Friday, and I woke up and I was like, wow, like I actually did not lose my account. I still have something to trade with, and I like, yesterday was a losing day, and I'm okay. Like everything is okay, and that really showed me like, just because you lose a trade, just because you have a losing day, it's not the end of the world. Like everything will be okay as long as your model is proven to be profitable. You're right. You're correct on where you think price will go most of the time, and you can find an entry most of the time. Then that loss will be insignificant compared to your wins, because you will be winning so much more than what you're losing. So that really showed me like, just because you lose, it's not the end of the world. And that's what my mindset was at first. Like I would lose and be like, oh man, like I have to get it back, like, or else I don't know what I'm gonna do. But now it's like I can take a loss, and it's just like, okay, let's like on to the next day, because I know that if I keep doing the same process over time, that loss will be completely wiped out, and I'll get more profits. So that's just something else I learned, and I think will be very impactful in my development as a trader. And and what else? Oh yeah, just going back to what happened Friday. I became fearful of entering. That was a new fear unlocked for me, but um, I think Friday fixed it already. Like I think that was just in the moment thing. But it was just very interesting to see like myself actually experience something new, and yeah. But that fear was fixed. Um, I don't think I think that was just a one time thing, um, caused by what happened earlier in the week, and yeah. But I just thought it was interesting to see how something new can develop within that short amount of time. And yeah, that's pretty much it for last week. But I think that this past week, was a really big stepping stone in terms of my development as a trader, and I learned a lot about myself. And I paid the price because I didn't listen to myself. I didn't follow my rules, and I paid the price. And I learned new things, even though I didn't have to pay a price for them. But since I'm doing what I do, I have to I have to suffer the consequences. And yeah, it's all a learning experience at the end of the day. Um, you can't look at this. You can't look at last. I mean, I'm gonna be transparent here. Like, I have these thoughts of like, oh, like imagine like if you just would have stuck to your rules and done what you said you were gonna do, like you would be up so much more right now. But you can't just keep thinking about that. Like you can't think like that, because at the end of the day, I needed this experience. I needed this week to teach me so much about myself, because I learned so much about myself that I wouldn't have learned if I never experienced it. So now that I've gained this experience, going into the future, I will be more aware, and I will have that experience. Like I would rather blow these fake prop firm funded accounts, like 100K account, like fake money, right? Compared to me when in the future, when I have $100,000 live account, like why I don't want to blow that $100,000. I would rather blow this fake prop firm money than blow actual money. So at the end of the day, it's like it's like I gain this experience and I appreciate it. Like I would rather I would gain this experience anytime. Like there's no way that you can just sit there and think like, oh, I would be doing so much better right now. I would, I would just, if I would have just done this, if I would have just done this, or like, you can't think like that. You have to think of all the positives, like what you learned from this experience, what it taught you about yourself, and what you learned, um, because that's what's most important. What you're going to take into the future. If you don't learn from your mistakes, if you don't gain the experience of what you went through, then it would be all for nothing. So you have to make sure that you are analyzing yourself, analyzing the patterns, analyzing your habits, and correcting any of them that are in the way to the path of success. And um, yeah, I think that's it for this video. Um, if I think of anything else I want to say, I'll put it in right here. But if not, this will be the end of the video. And I think there's a lot to be learned from this video, a lot of pain that can be prevented for you through me, because I already went through it. So if I already went through it, and I'm telling you that if you do this, then this is going to happen, then you should be willing to trust me and listen to me, because I have already went through that pain, and there's no need for you to experience that same pain. So um, um, I was going to say something else, but I forgot. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. If I do think of something else, like I said, I'll edit it in. But if not, then I'm just going to end the video here. 40-minute recording. If you made it this far, you have what it takes within you to become a successful trader, because most people, 90% of the people, won't even click on this video, because I'm not flexing a lifestyle. I'm not flexing money. Um, I'm not marketing myself. I'm just trying to provide real value and give you the truth and what it really takes to become successful in this industry. So if you have made it this far and you're willing to listen to this much of some random 19-year-old from who knows where with no clout at all, if you're willing to listen to me for this long, then I truly believe that you have what it takes, and you are genuinely willing to learn the truth about what it takes, and you're not in this for the get rich quick. You're not in this for to sell a course. You're not in this to be a marketer. You're truly in this to become a trader and change your entire bloodline and make infinite amount of money. Because with trading, not with marketing, not with selling a course, but with actually trading, the amount of money you can make is limitless. Like you can, there's no limit to how much you can make. So if you made it this far, I can't wait to see where we go, because we will reach heights that no one can see. Only we can see. Only we can see what we see. If you know what I mean. Like, are the visions that you have in your head of you being making $100,000 in a week, like, if you tell someone that, they're not going to be able to see that. But if you made it this far, I know that you have the visions and you have the drive of what it takes. And just make sure you keep those visions in your head, and don't let other people try and blind you from those visions, because you manifest what you manifest your visions. Like, you have to create it yourself. No one's going to do it for you. So you telling other people about it, especially people who are not like-minded, they're going to just try and shut you down, and they're not going to believe in you, and that is only going to make it harder for yourself. So you have to keep your visions in your mind and keep pushing towards them, because it will happen. I promise you, it will happen. So keep going. Don't give up. I hope you learned something from this video because it has a lot of value, a lot of experience, and yeah, I don't have much else to say. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. And yeah, until next time, be safe.